Hi, today we're going to talk about the concept of electron domains and link that with the valence shell electron repulsion theory, which is used in order to predict molecular shapes. So let's get right into it. First, let's look into the definition of what an electron domain really is. Now, put really simply, an electron domain kind of qualifies as an electron cloud. And we can characterize it as an area or a space where electrons are found. And we can classify electron domains into two types. First, we have bonding electron domains. And in bonding electron domains, these are essentially spaces or electron clouds wherein electrons that are engaged in bonding are found. And one thing that's very important to note here is that all single bonds, double bonds, and even, triple bonds, all of these different bonds, they all count as a single electron domain, a bonding domain. They all count as a single electron domain, and that's very important to note. Second, we have non-bonding domains, non-electron. It's non-bonding electron domains. And in this type of domain, we're discussing mainly electrons that are in the form of lone pairs. Electrons that are not engaged in bonding count as non-bonding electron domains. And the thing about these non-bonding domains is that each of these lone pairs count separately as a single non-bonding electron domain. So each lone pair qualifies as a single electron domain. And this is very important because electron pairs, whether they're non-bonding or even bonding, they're in the same valence shells and they therefore carry the same charge. So they will essentially just repel each other and they'll kind of spread themselves as far as possible. And this is very important because the way that the electron pairs are located, their locations are known as electron domains. And based on this, we can kind of build up to look into this theory, which is called the valence shell electron repulsion theory. And this is essentially just a theory that kind of bases itself on this assumption that electron domains will repel one another in order to become the most far from one another as possible. And this is kind of rooted under the understanding that because these valence shell electrons will carry the same charge, they will essentially repel each other. And based on this theory, we can predict molecular shapes. But before we dive further into this theory, based on what we know about the valence shell electron repulsion theory and the idea of electron domains, we kind of notate these in a specific manner, and we kind of model them in the following way, where we denote, firstly, the number of electron domains that they have, and secondly, state the AX formula of these molecules, and also kind of write those base bond angles for any molecule that we have, and state the electron domain geometry. And based on these sorts of informations that we use regarding the valence shell electron repulsion theory and the electron domains that a single molecule may have, we can then go into modeling the molecule further and understanding its substance further.